Hi, I'm Tim, and this is Timberway Designs. This is a series of videos where I make cabochons out of rocks that I purchase or find. This week, I purchased me a chunk of Mahogany Obsidian. Let's make a cabochon. We got ourselves a piece of Mahogany Obsidian here. I bought at a rock show, I don't know, probably a couple of years ago now. It's just been sitting on the shelf, so I figured it's about time I made a cabochon out of it. Now I put a band-aid on my thumb just to get off topic here because I made a video, my rock slicing video, and I could not keep my eyes off the my thumbnail. So I'd rather people not look at my thumbnail and look at the rock. It's not hurt or anything. I'm just hiding it because it's ugly. So we're gonna do here. It's not very thick. That's another problem with rock shows. I mean, it looks like 1/4 inch thick, but I don't know. I think it's kind of skinny. I'm going to do a rectangle here, 1 1/4 or 1 1/8. I'm going to do it down in the corner down here in the left corner. So I'm thinking right about there. I'm going to use a silver Sharpie. I don't have a fine point silver Sharpie. I can't find them anywhere. And there we have it. Now I use the silver Sharpie because there's black in here, and a lot of times if you get black on the black with a black Sharpie, you're not going to be able to see the line anymore. So the Mohs on this, I looked it up, is 5 to 5.5. The Mohs scale, if you're not familiar with that, is a scale of hardness of rocks. It goes from 1 to 10, with diamond being 10, the hardest thing on earth supposedly, and then a Mohs of 1 would be like a piece of chalk. So this is kind of in the middle here, so we should get a decent shine. I'm hoping for a really good shine because it's basically volcanic glass. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take this downstairs on my my big slab saw, or trim saw, big trim saw, and I'm going to cut this off here, and then we'll trim it out, and I'll have a piece left over for our more cabs in the future. So there you go. We're going to go downstairs and start processing. All right, down here on my 10-inch high-tech slab saw, and I'm going to cut this out here. This is too big for the 5-inch, so I got to do it on this saw here. All right, that's good enough on this saw. We're going to take it over on the 5-inch and trim the rest of this off. All right, now we've moved over to our the 5-inch trim saw. I'm going to finish trimming this piece out here. All right, that's close enough for me. Now we're going to move over to the cabber, and I'm going to trim it down to the edges, and then we'll put a dop stick on it and make cabochon out of it. Now we're on the 6-inch Kingsley North cabbing machine. So I'm going to grind down to the line here to get my shape. I'll start with the 80 grit. We'll move to the 220 and then the 280 grit. And then I got the dop pot warming up, and we'll put a dop stick on the back of it. So let's get started. Yeah, this stuff's grinding pretty fast, so this won't take too long. Now remember, we're working with radiuses here, so don't stop. You know, keep moving that radius around, and then when you're grinding on these wheels here, kind of move around the face of the wheel so you're not just grinding in one spot all the time. All right, it's looking good on the 220 grit. We're going to move to the 280 grit now. not too bad. That's just 280 grit, so hopefully we'll get a really good shine. So this hole from here to here was about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so this is probably going to be a really short video. So they're ground down to the lines. I'm kind of happy with that, so I'm waiting for my dot pot to warm up, and then I'll come back and start making cabochon out of this. All right, we're all dopped up here, and get a little pointer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start grinding on this edge right here, and I'm going to grind down to about an 1/8 inch, 2 millimeter-ish, all the way around here. Have a flat spot called a girdle. And then once I get that cut about 45, then I'm going to go after the edge on top here and work my way towards the center. And once I get all that established, then I'll start putting a dome on top of it. So let's get going. Okay, I got that first cut established. You can see my angle right there. So now I'm going to go back in on the 80 grit, and I'm going to take this angle off right here, working my way towards the center. Now stay away from your girdle now. You got that established. You don't want to be cutting into that anymore. All right, that's about as far as I'm going to go there. So I'm going to start doming now. Now you could keep trying to cut angles all the way till the center part's gone, which, you know, you could do that, but the stone isn't super hard. So I'm going to go ahead and start doming it. It ain't going to take long to do that. Alright, I think that's good enough there. We're going to move on to the 220 grit here. Alright, got that. Now we're going to move on to the 280 to take the scratches from the 220 out. Alright, I think that is looking pretty good. Yeah, I think we're good. So I'm going to shut you off, and we're going to move over to the polishing side here. Alright, we're over here on the polishing side of the caber. We got 600, 1200, 3000, and then I got a cerium oxide disc around the corner here. So we'll start with the 600. Alright, now we're going to move on to the 12. Alright, that's a shine on the 1200. So we're moving down over to the 3000 now. Alright, I'm curious what we got here going for a shine after the 3000. That looks pretty good, but I'm not going to show it to you until we get done with the cerium oxide. So I'm going to move you over. Alright, got the splash shield in place. Got a towel here because water goes everywhere when you use this thing, but it works really good. So I like it a lot. I'll get a little water going here. See what kind of shine we can get. Okay, touch it to the towel, on my pants. that. Just like glass, because it is volcanic glass. But yeah, so now I'm going to take this upstairs. I'm going to chuck it in the freezer, get it off the top stick, and then we'll look at it a little closer. So we're back upstairs. Made a beautiful cabochon out of this piece of mahogany obsidian. So here's cabochon. Got a nice clean break out of the freezer. Let's turn the camera around and look at this a little closer. So let's take a look at this week's cabochon. Mahogany Obsidian. Got a really nice shine on it. Got impressed with that. Even's got a little see-through spot right up there. It was pretty good. It worked pretty easily. It's not a super hard rock, but the shine is just intense on it. Pretty impressed. So I haven't decided whether I want to put the bail on this end or put the bail on that end. I think about that, and eventually this will end up on my Etsy page. I'm trying to work through and get the stuff kind of turned and not sit around here for weeks at a time. So, but yeah, I'm impressed. Still got a pretty big chunk of slab here, so I'm gonna probably make some more of these. Not necessarily this shape, but some more of this obsidian. Yeah, so nope. Pretty happy with that. Can't complain. So thanks for coming along and watching me take a piece of rough obsidian, or a slab, I shouldn't say rough, and make a beautiful cabochon out. From this to this right here, I like it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the subscribers coming back and watching the content and keep bumping my subscription numbers up. I really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. You click down below, it's free. Then you can slide over, give me a thumbs up. That gets the analytics out there so more people can find this content. Share it with your friends and family or whoever. Ring the bell, or click on the bell, that'll give you notifications. And they got this thing called Hype on mobile devices. If you go below the video, there's these little, I don't know what the shape is. It's kind of a rounded box. If you slide that over, you'll see the word Hype. You press that, and that just gets more of my analytics out there so more people can find the content. Because here lately, my viewing numbers have been going down, but the subscriber numbers go up. So I don't know what's going on with that. Everybody says, oh, it's a YouTube automation, or what's the word for it? Not the analytics. Oh, I can't think of it now. But the YouTube keeps changing things every month, and that's supposedly how all your videos get out there for everybody to find. Because a lot of people, if you don't find the content, you're not going to watch it. So I need all the help I can get. If you can go down below and help me with all those little thingies down there, I'd appreciate it. So, yeah, I don't have next week's stone here. I get going here, and then maybe I'll try to do a cut. I haven't done any cuts, and I'll bring it in. I'm trying to think. I got a piece of picture stone, and I'm going to do that. I'll tell you what. I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to go grab that, and I'll be right back. So I'm back. So this is next week's project. I got a little piece of picture stone right here, and this one, I think I can actually make a decent looking picture out of it. I bought it at a rock show in a whole bin of little bits of slabs and pieces. I'm always out looking for stuff like that. So come back and see this being made into a cabochon. So thanks for watching. And oh yeah, I'm gonna put a video link up here to one of my videos, and then YouTube will put a link down here to some video, I don't know, because I don't watch my videos after I post them. So that's all I got, and I'll catch you later.